that dust is. It's going to look at different surfaces and see how much that regolith sticks to it. And then we have another one that's a super cool demonstration that's going to try and see if you can shake the dust off. It's the EDS instrument, and it's going to put sort of electric currents through, so it's not moving parts, it's not actually shaking it, just to see if you can displace the regolith, and so actually the instrument cleans itself as well. So it's very, very friendly, and so we're going to look at how we can improve the conditions for the Artemis astronauts.
Yes, and we had a wonderful demonstration. The EDS principal investigator showed us how exactly how that dust is going to shake off. Can't wait to see what happens on the moon.
Yes.
Why are we sending robotic missions first before we send human missions to the moon?
I mean, we want to send as much science to the moon as possible. It's such a great place for us to go. It allows us to just learn more and more about the conditions on the moon, about the geophysical conditions, about the solar wind interaction with the moon. We can't wait to get the science up on the moon. That's why we're such fans of the CLIPS program. It's like a geological sort of preserved record of what the ancient solar wind is like. You just need to go down a little bit into the regolith, and that's the preserved sort of surface interactions. And of course, it allows us to think about what we want our astronauts to focus on. They will be able to bring back the samples from the moon for us to be able to study, and so to be able to kind of help focus on which samples, what do we want for them to bring back. This is all stuff that we can do with these kind of advanced sorties that we're doing with the CLIPS program.
Advanced sorties. Well, I like that. That sounds good. And in this plane, and briefly, it's a basaltic plain. There's a volcanic feature nearby.
Yep.
Tell me what the relevance of that is, Mons Luttrell, and why you're interested in that.
Well, I think Ray just kind of nailed it. I mean, it's a great place for us to go. It's a region that we think the astronauts will be interested. It's a really great place. Loads of interesting features. The actual area was caused by an impact from an asteroid. It flooded that area full of that lava. It's a very dark lava, very similar to what we have on Earth. It tells us about how the moon was formed, how the early solar system was formed as things were bombarding the moon. So it's just a really scientifically interesting place to go.
And Ray, you appreciate that there's no big rocks, hopefully, in that area, right?
Yeah, we're gonna avoid the rocks. Our software is gonna help us identify the safest place to land, and like you said, avoid those hazards.
All right, very good. Well, Nikki Fox, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your moons. We appreciate the insight, and we appreciate your levity as always. NASA tends to be a serious place, but you bring the right mix of levity and seriousness. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right. Well, it's difficult work to get to the moon. We haven't successfully done it in more than 50 years, but that's going to change. The CLIPS initiative is changing that. Let's take a look.
Landing on the moon is hard. We're going back. Under this Artemis program, we're going to be sending humans to the moon for the first time since Apollo. So ahead of humans, we want to get up as much science exploration and technology experiments as possible.
So CLIPS starts facilitating a lot of the early science, the things we want to learn before we even send humans. CLIPS stands for Commercial Lunar Payload Services, CLPS.
The services part is the key element. Ordinarily, when NASA delivers a payload to the surface of the moon, they do it with a commercial partner, but NASA controls the building of the vehicle. Now, we're buying the service of delivery of our lunar payloads to the surface of the moon.
It is a delivery service, akin to a delivery service that you'd have here on Earth.
NASA will provide payloads to a commercial company. They decide how to get it to the moon. They have to develop their own lander, but they also have to manage the entire end-to-end mission.
It's meant to provide affordable, rapid, frequent access to the lunar surface through American companies.
We're funding different companies.
We have commercial companies that are competing to win task orders to deliver our payloads to the surface of the moon.
One of the goals when we started CLIPS was to help establish a lunar economy.
Somebody has to do it first, and then it becomes commercially available. Then they're able to crank them up. Then they're able to make it more affordable. And so the lunar surface is just the next frontier for a commercial environment.
But we had to acknowledge up front, all the way through the highest levels of the agency leadership, that some of them will fail. These missions may not be as successful as a traditional NASA mission.
We have accepted the risk that going through this innovative approach with these commercial companies, that there could be some failures. Some of them are new companies. None of them have ever successfully landed on the surface of the moon. So they're going to learn lessons.
We need to give our vendors the opportunity to learn.
And so that'll help ultimately buy down our risk as these companies learn, okay, what does it take to actually build up the lunar lander, integrate payloads, get to the lunar surface and land safely.
They've been able to demonstrate that they have very, very good technical depth and the ability to design